I don't care if I'm the first person to say this, but us Somalis are not black.
We don't care. We don't care. There's too much black in Africa to be worried about Somalis claiming not to be black or not. It's none of our goddamn business. We don't give a fuck whether you're black or not. Thank you. We don't care.
What about Somali? What about the current racism and the xenophobia that they're experiencing at the hands of this administration? What about Somali? What about Somali? What about it? What about it? Have I heard what was said? Yes, I've heard it. Do I agree? No, I don't agree with it. Am I going to intervene? Absolutely not. Because those who do not hear shall feel. Just to get you all caught up, on December 2nd, Trump had referred to the Somalian community in Minnesota as garbage. He referred to them as garbage, stating that he did not want them in his country. He also went on to say that Somalians are the main perpetrators in billions and billions of welfare fraud. Claims that are said and made without evidence, by the way. And a lot of my supporters have been getting in my comments asking me, what do I have to say? What do I have?
Hello, welcome to my YouTube channel. If this is your first time, welcome on board. So for the past 10 to 15 days, the Somalians have been trending literally on all social media platforms, right? There's been ICE raids in their communities, and a lot of them are coming out to ask for help, especially from black folks. They've been soliciting for help from the black Americans, and a lot of them had said that black Americans were the ones that reported them to ICE to begin with, right? And for the longest, we've always known that Somalians do not want to be identified as black people. They don't like to be identified as black people. They could be as black as charcoal, but they still do not want to be identified as black people. It's like being black is despicable to them. It's been ongoing for centuries. They feel their proximity to Arabs, their proximity to the Middle East makes them Arabians. That has always been their, go-to ideology, so to speak. Like, we are Arabians, we live close to them, we look like them, we have the wavy hair, we have the curly hair. But you have stark, dark-skinned Somalians. You're from Africa. You're from North Africa. Most of the North African people are black people. Even the Egyptians, in a way, they are black. But of course, you don't want to be identified with that, and that is perfectly okay. But why people are coming for you is because people are like, is when it's convenient that you want to be associated with black people. Because when the ICE raids started, a lot of you are calling on black Americans for help, calling on black Americans for, come and save us, like we are black, And one thing people fail to understand is before anything comes first, like other people other than black people are going to judge you, the first thing they see is your skin color. And then your skin color screams black all day long. So I don't understand why you keep fighting that you're not black. You're not black. Like, being black is a bad thing. Being black is one of the greatest privileges on planet Earth, if you don't know. And the fact that even the Arabs do not claim you people. The Arabs do not even claim you, but yet you come on this internet street defending the fact that you're not black because of your, genetics, because of your biological whatever disposition. I don't even understand it at this point, right? Just like I said, nobody has a problem with you not being black. You can identify as white. That's your business. But the fact that you are trying to drift towards the Arabia, Eurocentric, features, that's what is baffling people, right? And one thing people are trying to bring caution to you is when you need to switch, your race, when it's not convenient for you, just don't mention black people, and don't mention black people to come and help you, because like, I'm not trying to say my own country is better. My country is not better either, but at least I can be on this internet street and be saying I'm not black. I'm black all day long. That can never be changed. It's giving, I don't even understand what's your problem. Choose your struggle. Your people are being, deported. Maybe you should use that struggle to make sure that you create awareness around, people genuinely coming out to help you. Not that you're, on this internet street trying to, put the fact that you're not black. Nobody cares about that. You can be Arabian, you can be white, you can be Indian, you can be whoever you want to be. It's okay. But don't just come on this internet street and be looking for help from the people that you don't want to be identified with. It doesn't even make sense. Guys, drop your thoughts in the comments. Let me know what you think about this development about Somalians not wanting to be identified as black people.
To say I have absolutely nothing to say. I am watching from the sidelines because those who do not hear shall feel. You want me to advocate for a group of people, for a community that, generally speaking, collectively does not refer to themselves as Black, despite coming from a Black continent and being a Black country. On my blackity black page. You want me to do that? I'm so sorry, I cannot. I cannot in good faith advocate for a group of Black people, of colored people, who idly sat on the sidelines and watched as other members of the Black diaspora get disrespected over and over and over again, but said nothing because they thought that they were safe behind this invisible false shield of being a different kind of Black. I'm so sorry, I can't do it. What I want every Black person, every single member of the Black diaspora to understand is stop thinking that it can't be you and start thinking, when will it be you? When will it be you? What Trump said about the Somalian people was disgusting, was horrible. But you want to know what else was disgusting and horrible? What he said about the Black Americans in this country. Trump referred to Black attorneys in this country as rabid animals, as criminal suspects, as thugs, okay? And that's just the tip of the iceberg. 3 months ago, Trump called the Black children in this country born criminals, born thugs, that they need to be put away. That's what he said about the children, the Black innocent children in this country. Y'all didn't say nothing, Somalians. Y'all didn't say nothing. In 2015, during a presidential campaign, Trump referred to the Mexicans as grapists, criminals who were bringing in drugs in America. You remember, these were all the points in which he used to be able to drive up xenophobia in this country against Mexicans so that he was also able to get more support in building a wall. Where were the Somalians? Where were y'all? Aren't you guys immigrants too? Where were you? In 2017, Trump said that North Korea was an embarrassment to China. In 2017, reportedly, Trump stated that the Nigerians in this country would never leave and go back to their huts. In 2017, Trump stated that all Haitians have AIDS. In 2018, during a White House meeting, Trump said that Haiti, El Salvador, African nations, basically the entire African continent, he stated they were all shithole countries. That's what he said. He said that America needed to be more welcoming to countries like Norway. And let's not even get into what he was saying about the Asian community during COVID-19. Huh? The China virus, the Kung flu. This is what he was saying, literally driving up the xenophobia towards the Asian community during that time. Just last October, during a rally, Trump said, and I quote, that Puerto Rico is literally a floating island of garbage. That's what he said verbatim. The next month, the Trump camp was able to successfully spread a rumor that the Haitian migrants were eating people's pets. That's what he said. So when I hear what Trump and the Trump administration is saying towards the Somalian people, towards the Somalian community, I think it's disgusting. I think it's deplorable, but I've heard worse. I've heard worse. And from my standpoint, I'm just going to mind my Black ass, Haitian ass business. That's what I'm going to do. We cannot continue to get involved of the awakening process. We can't. We keep saying that this is the year of revelation, that this is the year of the great awakening. We have to allow it to take place. That's what's happening in all of these colored communities. The great awakening, the great realization that you were never, ever a token minority. You never were. The Middle Eastern community is figuring out. Southeast Asian communities are figuring out. Yeah, the Indians. Y'all are figuring it out. Asian communities, in all honesty, you should have been new. Since COVID, the xenophobia towards the Asian communities during COVID-19, not just that, when that Asian American guy decided he wanted to go and sue, you understand, the schools for affirmative action, and you realize that, oh, now that you guys said that we're not allowed to do this, you realize you weren't the token minority anymore. You should have been realized. But now you're really starting to realize with this whole H mark controversy. You understand? And us Black people, us Black American, Black immigrant, black migrant. Let them feel it. Let them feel it. This is what needs to happen. Once they now realize and they have the scars that we have, you understand, they can always look to it if ever they want to think for a second that they're better than anybody else. The same community that went out of its way to try to show everybody that they were a different type of black. You understand? The Somalian community is now tethering to the Black American experience, saying that we're black too. We're black too. And the crazy thing about it is, even while they're trying to see if they can get allies, you still have ignorant Somalian people in the comments talking about, I'm not black, I'm Somali. All right, so take this ass whooping. Take this ass whooping that your community is currently getting right now. This reality check that your community is currently getting right now. Take it, eat it, swallow it, and learn from it. With each passing day, I grow increasingly proud of the Black American community here for standing their ground and minding their business, because it's absolutely necessary. They need to do it. This is a group here in this country that has to put their foot down, because ever since they have decided to do that, look at how everybody is realizing that Black Americans in this country were literally the glue. After Black Americans, the migrants that come to this country are the glue, the foundation of this country. Now they're starting to realize it. It is now that the Black American community has decided that they are no longer fighting on behalf of other marginalized groups in this country, that now these marginalized groups are realizing exactly how powerful the Black American impact was to their cause. And even though the Black American community has been fighting, they have been yelling about this from the top of their lungs since the beginning of time. You understand? It's finally their silence that gets the message across. It is their silence that gets the message across. And that's why I'm so happy. I'm so proud that they made this stance earlier this year, because now you are all finally realizing it. You're all finally realizing it. Every single one of you. And since we all collectively, unanimously came to the agreement that 2025 is the year of revelation, maybe 2026 can be the year of respect, because that's the only way that there's going to be unity, with respect. You understand? And so now that all of these other marginalized minority groups are realizing that there's no such thing as the model minority, that there is no such thing as the token colored person, that there is no such thing as being a better black, better colored, that we are all niggers in the eyes of the white supremacists. Now that they're realizing that, now that they're feeling it, maybe next year, we could work on the unity part. Because now you guys are understanding. You're understanding. It was never the mindset. It could never be you. You now need to start remembering to ask yourself, when will it be me? When will it be me?
Y'all made your own communities. Y'all said you had your own culture, separate from us. So now that you're in trouble, you want to claim blackness?
You want me to advocate for a group of people, for a community that, generally speaking, collectively does not refer to themselves as black.
There is a real tension between the Black Americans and the Somali Americans. Yes, after the recent political attack on the Somalis, with discrimination and fear campaign, some of the Somalis have called it out. This is an attack on Black community. The moment they did that, the Black Americans responded, "You're not black. That's our identity." Sheesh. Somalis stepped back and said, "Okay, we'll start calling ourselves Somalis." Chill like that. The moment they did that, the Black Americans responded, "Stop acting like you're not black." Sheesh. Somalis are confused. Here's the reality. The term black is a racial category. However, over hundreds of years later, it actually became an ethnic identity as well. So now when people say Black Americans, is referring to African Americans. Yes, unique people, unique culture, unique history, unique struggle, right? Hip hop, civil rights, soul music. Name the list. Chill like that. Black Americans, clarity needs to come from you, okay? If you take that term to mean your identity, chill like that, okay? And the moment Somalis refer to their identity as Somali, let's not have this back and forth.
Let's talk about why Somalis say, oh no, we're not black. As a Somali who does claim her blackness, I want to explain this with love. Because that statement comes from history, survival, and sometimes pain. First, Somalia isn't a part of the Western world. In Somalia, a deeply homogenous community, there's no reason to say you're black. Everyone looks like you. For example, like Nigeria, people identify by tribe or nation, not race. Race, as a qualifier especially, only becomes relevant to most Africans when they leave their country and step into a world that sees them through that lens. During colonization, Europeans didn't just divide our land, they divided our identities. Somalis were mistakenly told, ooh, you look different, you're closer to Arab, you're better. Those lies that were told by whiteness seeded the anti-blackness that still lingers today. And because Somalia was not colonized in the exact same way as other African countries, many Somalis grew up thinking that blackness was synonymous with oppression, something to escape, not embrace. But Western propaganda is global, honey. So in the same way that they show African Americans or all Americans in general that Africans are barbaric and starving, they show African Americans to the rest of the world as lazy thugs who are not to be trusted, violent. Many Somalis arrive here as refugees and want to rebuild their lives and think, if I distance myself from this label, maybe I'll be safe. There's still no excuse. My own mother, who struggles with anti-blackness and hates my dark skin, would always tell me, don't be a yo-yo, don't be a yo-yo. It's pure ignorance, but it stems from fear and lies. Here's the truth. African Americans are the moral backbone of this country. Every right, every protection, every piece of good experience that you are having in America was built through their blood, sweat, and tears. Their resistance, their strategic organizing, their sacrifice, it's the only reason why we have a foothold here today. And as much as Somalis want to say, oh, why do you care about black issues? It's because I'm in gratitude and they deserve reverence and solidarity, not distance and disdain. So if you hear a Somali say, I'm not black, I'm not black, I'm not black. So embarrassing. Don't get offended. Pray for them. They're wrestling with a lie that's literally older than them. A lie that was designed to keep us divided. And remember, no matter how lost we are or how far we run, we're still all one. Excuse me, thank you.
OJ Light.
I'm a black.
So if you have 1 minute, I'd like for you to check out this video.
Most of the people that we meet, especially African Americans, they don't even know their fathers. They don't even know their fathers. It was all of them, most of them were the product of one night stand. One night stand. They will tell you, I don't know my father. Well, who named you? Whose name are you carrying? Well, my mother chose his name for me. You know, I don't know. Is that what we want for our ummah? No.
So I want to say this with as much clarity as I can possibly say it. I don't believe that every Somali imam thinks this way, but this gives an indication that there are people who we have allied with, who we have supported, who we have taken on as brethren, because were it not for the African American experience, these people would not be able to do any of the things that they're doing. But we have to realize that some people are not our friend. There's a saying in the black community, not all skin folks is kinfolk. So my decision is, if you came in during this time, I'm rocking with people who came in who have a heritage of experience in the black community, specifically foundational black Americans. Until you prove to me that you are an ally of mine, I'm not rocking with you.
We are Somalis, not black. There, I said it.
Imperialism and colonialism have done a number on the black diaspora. Fundamentally, I can understand why a large portion of the Somali population doesn't identify as black, right? Because blackness is a social construct created in response to and in justification of the transatlantic slave trade and chattel slavery. Common classifications in African countries are oftentimes divided into ethnogroups or even tribes in certain areas. In a country like Somalia, which exists outside of Western society, there's no utility in recognizing your blackness because it's largely a homogenous country. Everybody looks like you. It isn't until they step outside of their country that they realize that they're viewed in a very different lens. But in regard to a large subsect of Somalians that I've been seeing online, a lot of them are going as far to distance themselves from their African identity while simultaneously embracing their Arab and European identities and cultures.
Looking at me right now, chat, am I black? I'm literally brown. I'm literally brown, bro. Think about it as well. Somalis are Arabs. We're in the Arab leagues. We speak the Arab language. We eat the Arab food.
While the country of Somalia does have a very strong Arabic influence due to years of trade, due to cultural exchange, and a portion of their population having a very high Arabic admixture, that doesn't negate the fact that 85% of their population are direct descendants from the indigenous Cushitic people, natives to the Horn of Africa. And it really brings into question, for me, this is not an assertion, it's just been an observation, with Somalians and even some North Africans. Are they rejecting their African ancestry because they're chasing after this imaginary, unattainable, higher social status? Because sadly, ignorant people here in the West, most of us, believe that Africa is like primitive or underdeveloped, while also conflating blackness with foundational black Americans and ghetto ratchet American culture. Like, are they running away from both of these things? Like, are we at the point where we allow the oppressor group to paint these narratives that affect our own personal identities? Because I'm gonna keep it a buck with y'all. Over here, you're black. And if you believe that you're anything better than, listen to what our president just recently said about y'all and your country.
Somalians ripped off that state for billions of dollars, and they contribute nothing. The welfare is like 88%. They contribute nothing. I don't want them in our country, I'll be honest with you, okay? Somebody would say, oh, that's not politically correct. I don't care. I don't want them in our country. Their country is no good for a reason.
The divide and conquer tactic is in full effect here because they don't make the differentiation, love. And it honestly reveals a deeper truth about identity in the United States of America. Individual communities may try to assert their own history, culture, and customs, but broader society oftentimes collapses those differences into one racial category. This disconnect shows how race in America is less shaped by cultural nuance and more so determined by power structures that define who is seen, who is grouped together, and why. Ultimately, it underscores the need for mutual understanding on both sides. Somali immigrants to understand and recognize the shared struggles and solidarities of Black life in America, and for the broader society, including Somalians, to understand the rich diversity within the African diaspora. Ciao, all that and a bag of chips being said, as always, it is your girl day. Feel free to comment your thoughts down below.
Why did I see a tweet today talking about the fact that Trump is targeting Somali people in Minnesota is going to put Black Americans at risk? I don't think so. I think that Black Americans and Somali people don't look anything alike, first of all. Second of all, they don't even consider themselves Black.
We are Somalis, not black. There, I said it.
Somalis are not black. Let me explain why. Looking at me right now, chat, am I black? I'm literally brown. I'm literally brown, bro. Think about it as well. Somalis are Arabs. We're in the Arab leagues. We speak the Arab language. We eat the Arab food. Bro, think about it like this, bro. If a whole community doesn't regard themselves as black, we can't be black, bro.
Somalis are not black. Now, before you disagree with me, I just want to say, listen, right? There's no such thing as the term black. The term black only came about in colonization. I don't have to accept that, Sahib. That's why the other day when I was in a place, someone said to me, are you black? I said, I'm not black, Sahib. I don't accept that term.
Somalis are not black. There's a difference between African and black.
You think that a person, any person, can't tell the difference between a Black American and a Somali person? I don't think so. I think that you can tell the difference between a Somali person and a Black American person. Like, I really do. And I'm just saying.
A lot of people in the comment section, they were saying it doesn't matter if you're black, especially when you leave Somali. In Somali, you can be whoever you want to be. But if you're out of Somali, the first thing they see is black. You can run away from that. That's what the first thing see. If an European person sees you, he sees you as a black person. If an Indian person sees you as a black person. If a Chinese person sees you as a black person. If a Korean person sees you, the first thing he notices is your black skin. You know, and a lot of people are like, yeah, you don't want to be identified with that, you know, because you thought it was colonization or it was the Westerners that brought about this division in the first place, you know, dividing races along color lines. You know, that was what a lot of people, you know, were saying in the comment section, you know. So I just don't get this obsession of not wanting to be identified as being black, but rather you would want to be identified as being an Arabian, which they do not even claim you to begin with, right? And a lot of people in the comment section were saying, oh, if you don't want to be black, that's great, because once the ICE comes to pick the people, at least they're gonna know that you're Somalian. They're gonna pick you easily. They're not gonna just pick some random black person, you know, just like you did a week ago. You guys were complaining that ICE were just, you know, taking you out and that black people should come and help you. You know, you're making your situation so bad because you have identity crisis and you have your people being deported at the same time. Like, which of the struggles would you want people to help you with? Because you are making it even worse for people that want to like advocate for you, you know, to stay back, you know, choose a struggle. And if your struggle is to be identified as Arabian, that does not even give you the safety net not to be deported if it comes to Trump. So guys, if you have come find this video, please drop your thoughts in the comments. Let me know what you think about this. And if you haven't subscribed, please hit on the subscribe button, hit on the like button, hype this video, hit on the notification bell in order not to miss any of my updates. See you in the next one. Have a blessed day.